Okay, this is how it looked like. We still have 3 more rows of decrease, but I'm gonna stop here first. I want to do the ear first because I prefer to sew the ear and the safety eyes and nose and the whole face before I add stuffing and before I continue the last 3 rows. So now I'm gonna do the ear first. This is one of it. This is how the ear look like. So it's the same color. You make a magic ring. And inside the magic ring, I'm gonna make 5 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochet, and then you pull this tight. Second row, I'm gonna do increase. You go to the first V shape, and let me add a marker. We're gonna do increase in every single stitch. We started with 5 single crochet and now we do increase, so which means this row we have 10 stitches, and then from row 3 until row 4 I'm going to do single crochet all around. Row 3 and 4. So I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of row 4. Okay, this is the end of row 4. So I'll just slip stitch to the next, chain 1 and pull tight here. So you make sure you have a tail for sewing. The ears, you can choose whether this is the front or this is the front. Since these are here, I think I'll choose this side as the front, then this will not interfere when I'm doing the eyes and mouth. Okay, the ear is actually, you see these 2 hump here, 1 hump, 2 hump. The ear is somewhere here. So this tail, I'm gonna hide it inside. You do not need stuffing for the ear. You bend it a bit, bend it like this, at least it looks like an ear, and then you place it here. Yep, that's about right. Okay, let me get a tapestry needle. So it should be somewhere here after this hump, the ear. So it should be this stitch here. Let me make 2 stitch first. And the ear should be here. So which means the next stitch should be here. You make 1 stitch in this far end, 1 stitch on this end. Oops, sorry. And it will kind of hold it in place. And you check and see if this is the correct spot. Yeah, this is the correct place for the ear. And you continue to sew all around. And when you sew, you come out from here. One ear here and 1 ear over here. make sure you bend it a bit, and when you sew you bend it a bit as well. So now I'm gonna sew all around, means that I'm going to come up this side. I'm gonna go through this last single crochet, and go to the next single crochet and go straight down to the head, and you pull your tapestry needle from the inside. So you see, you will hold it in, and now since it's not really fully attached yet, so you have to go make one round. So now I just make kind of like put it in place to see whether this is the right spot. Once this is the right spot, I'll go around. So I'll come back to you once I have this these two ears nicely fastened. Okay, I've attached the two ears, and I find that this hem here, even later when I add stuffing, it's not so visible. So I add two more hems here to make it like, you know, that sheep face. So I'm gonna make these two and sew it here. This is a smaller one, this is a slightly bigger one. So from the side here you can see this hem. This hem here is okay, but this hem here is not so visible. So this is up to you whether you want to add this or not, but I'm gonna tell you how I do this. So this is a smaller circle and this is a bigger circle. For the smaller circle, I'm gonna start off by making a magic ring. Inside the magic ring, I'm gonna do 4 single crochet. One, 2, 3, 4. 4 single crochet, and next row I'm going to do increase. You go to the first stitch, you make 1 single crochet, you add your marker first. After you add your marker, add 1 more single crochet into that first stitch. So this makes an increase. So we're gonna do increase in every single stitch. We started with 4 single crochet, and now we did increase, so which means we have 8 single crochet here. And the next row I'm gonna do 1 increase. Oops, sorry. 1 increase, followed by 1 single crochet. Increase, single crochet. And this is the smaller circle, so I go to the next stitch, I slip stitch, chain 1, pull tight, and make sure you have a long tail to sew it onto the cheek, the side of the cheek. So this is a smaller one. The smaller one go right under the ear. remember the part where we did increase and decrease and increase and decrease, this kind of hum. This hum is not so visible, so I'm gonna add one here like this, so that one glance you can see that there's this hum here. Okay, so you're gonna sew it here, just sew it in one circle. Since I have not stopping at this, sew it in one circle. And now I'm going to do the bigger circle. This is the smaller one, slightly smaller. So now I'm gonna make the bigger one. Same thing. I'm gonna do a magic ring, but this time I'm gonna do 5 single crochet into the magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after the 5 single crochet, oops, sorry, pulled the wrong thing. Okay, after 5 single crochet, I'm going to do increase in every single stitch, starting from the first stitch. Oops, guess I pulled too tight. Wait, let me. Okay, this is 1 single crochet. Two single crochet into the same stitch, that is an increase. Oops, sorry. So we started with 5 single crochet, and now we did increase in every single stitch. So we're gonna have 10 10 stitches in this row, and we're gonna do one more row. Same thing, increase followed by a single crochet. Increase, single crochet. Okay, the last set, increase, single crochet. I'm gonna remove the marker. I'm gonna slip stitch, chain 1, pull tight here, and make sure you have a long tail for you to sew it onto the cheek. Make sure you bend it this way, and you sew it. This is the ear, the bigger one. I sew it down here, exactly on the hum. Actually, there's a hum here, it's just that it's not that visible. See, it's not that visible. So I'm gonna add this. The smaller one will be here. Do not go too near the ear, slightly lower like this. It's about 2 stitches away from the ear. 1 here and 1 here. And when you stitch, you make sure it kind of like this way, not so flat like this. And make sure when you stitch, you stitch it upwards like this. Same goes for this. So when you stitch, you make sure the area is not so wide, it's smaller like this, exactly on this hem. So same like the ear. When I want to stitch, I will make one stitch first. You do not need stopping for this because it's kind of small, and the tail from the magic ring is enough to stop it. So it should be here, right underneath, right under the ear, exactly on the hem. You make one stitch here and one stitch here. Okay, you make one stitch here like this, hold it, and you check and see whether is that the right spot. So at least one glance you can see that hem. This two hem is visible, very noticeable, but this hem is just too mild. I can't really see. So I add this two, and at least you can, one glance you can see that there's this. I saw this a bit too back. It should be more to the front because this is the face. So I'll come back to you once I have these two attached nicely. Okay, I've sewed these two here at the side. It's just that I'm not sure if it's, anyway, once you plumb it up, it should look like this. You can see some humps at the side. And the eyes, you take the midpoint. I'll do the nose first. You take the midpoint, you see roughly where is the nose. After you place the nose, 2 stitch away, place the eye. And 2 stitch away, you place the eye. The eyes is a safety eyes and safety nose. I've not add the lock for the nose yet. I want to sew the mouth first because the lock is kind of big and it's kind of get in my way. So I'll sew the mouth first. Okay, somewhere here. So once this goes down, it will hold it. So the tail, this tail, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna tie it to the tail of the other tails. So here, wait, let me see. It should be here. Okay. Well, even if you add safety nose, you add the lock behind, you can still move it about. So here, it's going to come this way. So it should be somewhere near the eye here. I'll make one stitch here. And hold it. So you got a smiley mouth and you put it back into the same stitch. Like this. So this one, when you pull tight, these two will still stay like this. Now the other side, you go back to the same stitch here the same stitch here. Same thing, should be somewhere here, and it should come out here. Like this, pull a bit, and then you go back into the same stitch. This one you're gonna pull tight so that it will not show that we have one stitch here. Okay, so this is the mouth, and now the eyebrow. The eyebrow, it goes down. Maybe I'll use here. Okay, the eyebrow goes down like this. It's a short eyebrow. I think should be here. I'm going to do 2 stitches of it to make it thicker and then it looks nicer. I see one time it looks like this, so I'm gonna make one more time, one more round, and it's gonna look thicker there. Because this is a 5-ply yarn, by the time you spread it out, it's kind of like 10 strands of yarn here. Don't pull too tight. And now you have to see where is the other eyebrow. It should be in the same row, but in the middle of this eye, like this. Or should it be here? Okay, should be this stitch. Excuse me. Okay, let's try. Down here. And one more time. Excuse me. Go back to the same stitch. There. It becomes thicker. Is this too low? Maybe by the time I plumb it up, it would look different. Okay, so after this, I'm gonna continue with that last few rows. Okay, I almost forgot to add a stitch of blusher here. This one should be somewhere here. Let me just add one stitch and see how it looks like. It's not that visible. We can add 2 stitches. 1 2 1 2. How come this one look a bit, should be slightly further? Okay, this one let me make one more stitch, make it darker. And the next one should be somewhere here, here. Okay. You can move it about with your finger. It's a 5-ply yarn, so kind of open it up. Okay, that's about right. 2 stitch away. And we are done with the face. There. Isn't that cute? Okay, for the safety eyes, the lock at the back, since I have extra yarn, I just did some crisscross thing, so hopefully this lock will not come off. Or if you want, you can add some glue. I just add some crisscross thing, just crisscross here, it will not come off. So okay, we are done with the face, and later we're going to continue with the head. Okay, now I'm going to go to row 21. Row 21, I'm going to do 2 single crochet followed by a decrease. One, two, you do 2 single crochet and you do a decrease. So 2 single crochet and a decrease. I add a bit of stuffing here. I thought I want to plump up the top here. It doesn't work. I think I will add more stuffing later on, then it will plump up nicely. So this row, you should have 8 sets of these 2 single crochet followed by a decrease, or you can call it a 2 together, and you should have 24 stitches in this row. Okay, now for row 22, you're going to do 1 single crochet followed by a decrease. Just 1 single crochet and you do a decrease. So you should have 8 sets of it, and by the time you come back here you should have 16 stitches. Okay, now the last row I'm going to do 8 sets of decrease. You just do decrease. This is the time it's kind of difficult to hold on to it. Oops, okay, wait, let me add a marker. That's the first one. Even after I did the decrease, I mean this is the last row, the hole is still big enough for me to add stuffing. It's not completely sealed yet. I still have 8 stitches in this row. So since I'm going to connect this to the body, so I'm not going to seal the head. I'm gonna add lots of stuffing to plumb it up. So I'm not gonna seal this hole here. I'm going to slip stitch to the next, and I'm not gonna leave a long tail here. I'm gonna leave a long tail on the body, or you can leave a long tail here as well, up to you. Okay, maybe I'll leave a long tail here. Time to add stuffing. It wouldn't be easy because the hole is very small, but because the hole is small, we can actually plumb it up now. Just now I could not manage to plumb up the top part of the head to see how it looked like. Maybe now I should be able to. It has a lot of curves here and there, so I have to shape it around with my finger. Okay, let's see how it looked like. I think I still need more stuffing here, especially this part here. Maybe I can use a hook to push all the stuffing here. Make sure you plumb up this part here and here. So I'll come back to you once I have this stuffed nicely, and next we're going to do the arms. Okay, this is how it look like. It's the best I can do. So you can see the two humps here, and then there's the two humps here. I mean, one glance it does look like it's kind of wavy like RJ, a ship. Okay, now let's move on to the arms. I'm gonna use dark brown. If you do not have dark brown, you can use lighter brown, but I think RJ's arms and feet have dark brown at the edge, at the tip. So we're gonna start off by making a magic ring. Make a cross, pull up a knot, and I'm gonna make 4 single crochet into the ring. Okay, 4 single crochet into the ring. Now I'm going to do increase in every stitch. I hope you can find your first stitch by now for those beginners. Okay, this is 1. This is my second stitch. This is an increase. So my second set of increase. And then you have the third set of increase. And the fourth set. So all in you should have 8 stitches because we started with 4. And after this increase, we're gonna change color, change it back to the yellowish white. In my case it's yellowish, and change it back to white. So here, instead of yarn over, you just leave it like that. And let me remove this first. Get the yarn over, and now you're gonna do single crochet all around for 2 rows from row 3 until row 4. Single crochet all around. So while I single crochet, which means now I can cut the brown yarn. You can tie all 3 of them together and leave it inside. Okay, you're gonna make 2 rows of single crochet all around. I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of row 5. Did I say end of row 5 just now? I'm sorry, I am at row 5 now. Just now I should say at the end of row 4. So row 5, I'm supposed to do 6 single crochet followed by 1 decrease. So you do 6, and let me add a marker. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you should have 2 more stitch left. These 2 stitch, we're gonna do 2 together. I can call it a decrease. After this decrease, you should have 7 stitches in this row, and the next row I'm gonna do single crochet all around, which means you should have 7 stitches. Okay, 7 stitches. Now row 7, I'm gonna do 5 single crochet followed by a decrease. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and after 5 you have 2 more left. You do a decrease. Oops, it's kind of difficult to hold now since it's very small. So you should have 6 stitches in this row, and the last row I'm going to do single crochet all around. So I should have 6 stitches as well. Okay, this is the last row. So I'm gonna slip stitch to the next. I'm gonna chain 1. You pull tight here, so it's kind of like a knot here, and you leave a long tail for sewing. Do add a little bit of stuffing. We need to stuff up the bottom part here. Normally I will use a tapestry needle. I've seen some who would use the scissors. I still haven't mastered that part. I just feel that if I use scissors I might poke my hand. I'm kind of rough, I think, so I prefer to use a tapestry needle. So you just plumb up just the tip here, about here will do. And now you have to make one more. Okay, before I add stuffing to the second hand, I'm gonna add a microphone. And this microphone it's in another post. I will share it in the description box below. So since I've not added stuffing yet, it's kind of easier to sew. I have to practice how to stay in the video. Sometimes my hand just got off screen. I'm so sorry. Okay, just make a few stitches so long the microphone is standing upwards. Let me make a few more. It looks kind of... Oops, okay. All the way. And here, make another stitch to hold it. Make a few more just in case. And after this, I'm gonna add stuffing. And after I've done the body, I can just attach it to the body. It's best that I sew it now before I attach it to the body. If not, it'd be kind of difficult to sew because it's kind of thick here. At least now I have not added stuffing yet. Okay, I think this should work. It's firm enough. Okay, one last stitch before I get carried away. One last stitch. Okay, and I'm just gonna leave this inside. And maybe this hand I do not need to add so much stuffing since this gray yarn will be inside. So after this, we're gonna make the leg and the body.